problems in outside the agriculture. Here, if you see the consumption is increasing by 15% on global level or in continent level or in Indian at Indian level. And second things, if we see our resources are exhausted. So this is the challenge. And third things, if you see in the current scenario, fertilizer cost is going up. So every challenge farmer has to face. So if you see, of course, our horticulture production is increasing day by day or year on a year basis. That is 4%. But if you see the consumption, it is going up more than that. So if you see the second this one slide, very few percentage of this population are getting more than 400 gram per capita per day. This is a major population is not getting that much of fruits and vegetable as per the recommendation. If we talk about vegetables, only 250 gram per day per capita is getting. So that is not the healthy recommendation for vegetable requirement. So if you see all these, I have given the source also from where I have taken this data. So if you see the inside the agriculture, why our productivity is not increasing much more? What is the problem? Because outcome is our nutrient response ratio is going down from 13 to 3.7. So this is the main culprit. Ki our nutrient response ratio is not that much, so that we are not able to increase the productivity of any crop. The reason behind it, poor soil health. If we talk about organic, so many scientists has discussed on the organic carbon is going down, our pH is going up, this calcium carbonate is going up, EC is going up. So nutrient, if you see that, talk about the impact of this one, means nutrient uptake is not happening as per the requirement of the crop. So this is the one of the challenge. Imbalanced fertilizer use is there. Farmers are not using a balanced this fertilizer. Then multi-nutrient deficiency is coming into the soil, so that our response ratio is going down. So excess fertilizer dose. If we talk about challenges in climatic resilience, we are using 25.6 million tons of fertilizer. Out of that, 17 million tons we are using nitrogen only, and that is the main culprit for greenhouse gas emission. So we have to think on how we can reduce this nitrogen in our agriculture system, so that we can reduce the greenhouse gas emission. So the same thing I have projected here. If you talk about organic carbon, 67% soil is deficient in organic carbon. Same way, if you talk about calcium carbonate level, talk about pH, talk about this multi-nutrient deficiency, and if talk about this NPK ratio used, if you talk about Punjab, how much they are using? 67-19-1 against the 4:2:1. So see how farmer is using indiscriminate way, so that our balance is pollution is happening much more in the soil. So positive trend is that was the negative side. But what is the positive side? If we talk about this drip area is increasing, especially in horticulture crops. So we have opportunity to develop that type of technology. By using that technology through drip, we can improve the productivity, we can improve the quality of the produce. Second thing, we have AgTech. Now AgTech technology is coming. We can use that AgTech technology, so that we can give the recommendation to farmers on real-time basis. So fertigation, of course, there I have talked about AgTech. So solution is balanced nutrition, because we have to put pressure on the farmer, or we have to convince to the farmers to use the balanced nutrition on the principle of right ratio, right dose, right method, right time. Only that we can make the soil sustainable, as well, and other side we can improve the productivity and quality of the produce. So this is the 4R principle. If we talk about promote based management practice to achieve cropping system goal with minimize for field nutrient use and maximize crop uptake. But right now, this will not serve our purpose only. We have to go for right hand side, this one right ratio. We have to define the right ratio which is required by the crop at different crop growth stages. Only then we can meet the requirement of the crop. If it will be meet to the crops, only then we can increase the productivity of the crops. Right form, we have to see the right form of the nutrients, because all, suppose nitrogen is there, amide ammonical nitrate form of nitrogen is there, which form is most effective, which form is available in minimum interval of time, that we have to think on when we are customize the nutrients. Second thing, pH, we have to see the pH of the product, because if you talk about the soil condition, pH is going up, calcium carbonate is going up, EC is going up. If your pH of the product will be higher, their uptake will be less, use efficiency of nutrient will be lower. So we have to think how much we have to maintain in the product itself. Only then you can get the more nutrient use efficiency. We have, already talked about form of nitrogen. If you want to minimize the greenhouse gas emission, one thing is dose, second thing form of nitrogen, because if you are putting nitrogen in the form of amide form, greenhouse gas emission will be more. If you are putting the nitrogen in the amide and nitrate form, you can skip the 15% percent of greenhouse gas emission. So advancement has happened. I'm not saying advancement has not happened, because previously only soil application through state fertilizer was happening. Then complex fertilizer has come in role. Then combination of nutrients has happened, fortification has happened. Then what happened? The customization of nutrient has happened. Previously, before that, one nutrient, one micronutrient, two micronutrient fortified in the complex grade. But right now, customization of so many nutrients has happened in the NPK. So their impact is much more. Then drip came into the picture. Due to drip, there is impact on the yield and productivity and quality of the crop from drip itself. Then fertigation concept has come through water soluble fertilizer. Now I will talk on this customization of nutrient through fertigation, how it will impact to the productivity, to the quality, to the soil, all things I will talk about. So you already knowing that if we are going towards this fertigation, drip and fertigation, then use efficiency of nutrient will increase. Of course, it will impact on yield and quality of the produce. So now if you see that, that's just I am quoting here how fertigation is impacting. If you are moving towards this fertigation, how it is impacting to the productivity. So I will not go in detail, because this is from secondary literature. So now I will talk about the solution, that is Solutec, which my company, I have developed this solution. So I will especially focus on this solution. So what is the basis approach to develop the solution, that is Solutec? Basis what we came to know that how nutrient partitioning is happening in the crop at different growth stages of the crops. Then we define the ratio at different stages of all the nutrients. Whatever nutrient is required for that stage, we came to know and we standardize. And not only ratio we standardize, we standardize the dose. Already we have written here. For that stage, we define the total dose. We define the per application dose per acre. We define the interval of per application. Then we also took in our consideration the soil status. What is the organic carbon average organic carbon status, pH, calcium carbonate, EC, and nutrient status, because this is the major challenge in the soil. So by taking this approach, we developed the solution, and right now we have developed for 3 crops: grapes, tomato, pomegranate. Where challenges is more, if we talk about grapes, what farmers are facing, farmer has put so many fertilizer at a time because they are not having one product where all the nutrients are there. So they are facing the challenge. For overcoming that challenge, minimize the challenge, what we did, we stage wise we developed the grade. For suppose I have written up to 35 days. After pruning up to 35 days, we define only one grade 15, 28, 6. And others means secondary is there, micronutrient is there. It is in that ratio which is required by the crop. We define the total quantity at that stage. For application, what should be the dose? We define. So for grapes, we define the three grades as per the state. We define the grades for tomato, for three stages. Same way we define the grades for the pomegranate because this crop is very complex crops and farmer is not able to understand the requirement. So it is this solution making their life very easy, and additionally they are getting the, in case of grapes, they are getting the exportable quality of the grapes. So see the complete solution. So there is no need to think on what is here to put at what time. We have defined the complete solution for the complete cycle. So what is the features? One is making the right ratio, right dose, right time of application. Second thing is feature. You have to make the fertilizer efficient. So we have whatever product we are using in this solution that enhance efficiency fertilizer. Why I'm saying enhanced efficiency fertilizer? Because if we talk about this product of sulfur, sulfur is used in the solution. In general, what is happening right now? When farmers are putting the sulfur, it is available after 15 to 20 days. Before that, either soil is not getting sulfur or plant is not getting sulfur because oxidation doesn't happen before that. But in this case, we have changed the release pattern of the sulfur of this product. Due to that reason, what happens? Just 3 to 4 days after application, uh, this pestle starts disintegrating. When it will disintegrate, once you come into contact, oxidation will happen. Due to oxidation, what will happen? When sulfuric acid will release, that hydrogen ion will dissociate, and hydrogen ion will neutralize the hydroxyl ion. So pH will lower down. Parallelly, this calcium carbonate level will neutralize. So if both the things will neutralize or come down, then nutrient use efficiency will be more, uptake will be more. So it will continue for longer, sustainable basis, longer period. It starts early, plants getting sulfur after 3 to 4 days after application, and it will be available for longer period. So this is enhanced efficiency fertilizer. The product which we are talking about, this 924-24 in the soil we are recommending. So here we have used nutrient unlock technology. So whatever nutrients are there in this product, then their use efficiency will be more. Additionally, what it will do, it will make available whatever native nutrients are there in the soil around the rhizosphere. And in this case, main thing is in this case is water soluble customized water soluble grade. What is the features of the grade? All grades are acidic, less than 3 pH or 3.5 you can say. When it goes into the soil solution, temporarily it reduces the pH around the rhizosphere. And when pH will be reduced, then automatic nutrient uptake will be more. So plant will get as per nutrient as per their requirement. If the plant will get nutrient as per their requirement, definitely their performance will go up. And if you see the salt index, in case of water soluble and bulk fertilizer, salt index is very high. But in our case, it is very negligible. So there is no extra buildup of chloride into the soil. So, and synergy among all the nutrients, either NPK, secondary, and whatever nutrients are in this state, or there is synergy. So, due to this synergy, nutrient use efficiency is much more in combination to separate application of the fertilizer. So see, you can see the uptake. What we have done, we have developed all these grades internally in-house. Then we validated through ICR Institute NRC grade. So you can see the performance, overall 17% performance is there over RDF through state fertilizer. If you talk about farmers field, in farmers field, you can see 27% increase in yield. And in case of NRC grade, 17% increase over RDF through state fertilizer. If we talk about income, extra income, 1.56 lakh per hectare, this farmer will get extra additional income through this solution. 62% nitrogen saving is there against the RDF. 62% nitrogen saving you can think about. Yeah, how much reduction in nutrient. So same way, in-house, this is the in-house. So just 2 minutes, sir. Just now I'm on. 2 minutes, sir. See that post harvest soil status. You can see how much. If you are reducing, you will think the scientist community will think post harvest soil status will go down, but it is not happening like that. You can see here. So same way we have tested in tomato and we have validated through IHR Bangalore. Same way that is increase 40% increase over farmer practice and 17% this you can say increase in 20% lycopene content in case of tomato. 17% increase in lycopene content. You can think of, and 67% reduction in nitrogen level. You can think of. And if we talk about Maharashtra, this is from IHR because nitrogen. Okay. So just now, last, you can see the photograph difference. You can see you can say how much number of fruits per plant you can see here. This is just like a apple. And next step should be we can combine this technology with the AgTech so that farmers can get recommendation based on real time. We will connect with the software so that farmer will load that NDVI value and farmer will get immediate recommendation based on their crop this one status. So take away is if wanted to increase the farmer's income, increase the productivity, we have to go through this solution or we have to go by the customization route. Only then we can increase the farmer's income. And of course, from government side, they should put pressure from the government channel on increasing the drip area. Only then farmer will be more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, giving a nice presentation of the nutritional requirement of tomato, grapes.
Yes.
But I will request other, it will be injustice to give less time to others. Because everybody wants to present as much as he has. But all the senior persons are there for the lead presentation. So I will request them to concise and go directly to the point, not have the very lengthy introduction. Those are skipped away and we are only reducing the problems. Thank you very much. Then we have Dr. Vishana, who has long experience on
Thank you, Chairman, sir. The Honorable Dias and the participants of this conference, students, ladies and gentlemen. We have been listening different kind of potentialities in horticulture crop. So exotic fruits do have potential. And this section particularly, we do not know many fruits which we are using are exotic, but they have been domesticated long back, and now they are as if it is our fruit. But here at this platform, I would like to mention few of the fruits because though from yesterday we were listening that we have surpassed in uh, fruit production over the food grain production, but still there is a scope. There is a scope for increasing even our food basket. So I will not go much in the data and statistics, what has been shown by the many of the speakers previously, why we want exotic fruits. Actually, though it is mentioned that they are not native to, as I said, but they have been domesticated long back and they have been now looking like fruits, like apple, you see, like lychee, you see, even guava, papaya. These are all exotic fruits. If you see, there is a list, except that of mango, jackfruit, and few others. We are having all the fruits which are exotic fruits. So, and they are playing very important role in our economy. So, I have categorized the group of fruits in two major groups. One is that is well versed, and the other one is the upcoming one. The exotic fruits, as I said, the agroclimatic conditions of India offers number of fruits to grow in different parts of the country, different environmental conditions. They are also showing the resistance against many pests and diseases. That's what they are being popularized and they are being cultivated. And they are also getting better price. In recent past, if you see like fruits like dragon fruits, like Thai guava, Thai custard apple, these are the fruits which are making impact in Indian horticulture industry in true sense, particularly in a state like Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and so on. So, to overcome the dependency on the fewer crop, only few crops which are our native, we have to have we have to take the help of those crops which are really showing potential, giving money to the farmers, being cultivated at par with their country of their nativity, so that we can also compete. When you go to a fruit shop, you will see that a kiwi is coming from your New Zealand. Australian apple, they are occupying your fruit shop, exotic, different kind. We have the potential, our country has the potential to grow those things up to that quality. So the main purpose of having this talk over here is to sensitize, particularly the young minds, those who are going to become job creators. I think they can also think of growing exotic fruits in this. So I have just mentioned about the scope of different fruit crops. If you see what I said, well-versed exotic fruits, I have listed few. There may be many others like lychee, which was introduced somewhere in 18th century, guava, cashew nut, apple, pineapple, papaya, sapota, cocoa, and there are many upcoming like kiwi. A few years back, even people were not knowing about the dragon fruits. Even first time in somewhere in 2008-9, when I saw the first dragon fruit, some scientist from Thailand he brought Dr. R.C. Ray in Bhubaneswar. I was also searching its scientific name and other things. Now you see dragon fruits, Prime Minister has said Kamalam. So now it is being grown and people are making a lot of money out of it. Passion fruit, avocado. Avocado is another very important crop, and our whole peninsular India is very good for even different varieties. And $5 to $6 for one fruit. I think it is old rate now. It rate must have gone high. And dragon fruits has a lot of health benefits and so on. This your avocados, carambola, rambutan, langan, pulsan. I have not mentioned the crop where I have worked for 12 years as a director, lychee. And I think everybody in the house, they know the importance of lychee in Uttarakhand, particularly, and in the country itself. So these are the fruits which have been fig, loquat, persimmon, mangosteen, elephant apple, tree tomato, durian. Durian is another very important fruit. Although it is very in Thailand, it is banned in the hotels to bring durian because of the very strong odor. But here in our country, in particularly in Kerala and Karnataka, coastal areas, people are cultivating this durian, and durian is very costly fruit. So I think the range of fruit crops are available, which are exotic in nature, having good potential in our country, in different states, different agroclimatic conditions. Those needs to be tapped. Those needs to be uh, taken further to develop the agrotechnic, as my friend Dr. Yadav was mentioning, for three crops. I think he should also take to many more crops like guava. One farmer was asking any fertigation schedule has been developed for guava. I was searching some literature. So I think there are scope for these exotic fruits also. There is a scope for development of these kind of package of practices which can really help the farmers to harvest more. I will mention few and show some photographs you must have seen, must be, but for the students. This kiwi is one of the this temperate region. You can grow it, and some of the our stations, particularly the Solan Agriculture University, some Barapani and other ICR institutes are located at high altitudes. डॉक्टर साहब का भी संस्थान कुछ काम कर रहा है इस पर. So this is very good, and it is a fruit. वो अभी बहुत मार्केट में बड़े अच्छे पैसे पर बिक रहा है, और उसको बड़े से सजा करके तीन तीन फल का एक बना के दे रहा है. Marketing is another very important skill. Once your product is good, you can put at a very good means packages and other things. So these presentations will be available for the students to copy. I will not read. I have mentioned a lot of things about their scope, cultivars, their production technique, propagation techniques, and so on. So this will be available. I will request the organizers to provide copy to in the compiled form. Dragon fruits, again I said, dragon fruits is a very new, recent, if you say it's a very recent introduction. Some 10 years back it has been started, and I was there in Calcutta. Earlier it was said that it's a cactus kind of, and can be grown in drier parts. I have seen in Calcutta, he is growing a wonderful dragon fruits, and from half an acre area, he got 20 lakh rupees in 3 years time span. And still his crop is coming up. He has also find out some chemical spray. We were also thinking it may be GR or cytokinin. A mixture of chemical is getting from some other country. It's not branded one. So that is, and it increases the size by means double. The same variety which has been taken from BCKB at the farmer's field, and they have utilized that chemical spread. I have seen from my eyes only 2 months back when I happened to be in BCKB. So these are the type of technologies will be required, how to boost up the production and the quality of this dragon fruits. Although it has been established that it can be grown length and breadth from these humid areas like Kolkata, Nadia, to Gujarat, to even south, extreme south, and also in the some subtropical region also. Then passion fruit, it has made history in the Manipur and other states where it has been used for particularly for beverage industries. Yeah, avocado, as I said, it is one of the very important crop, particularly for South India, and we at IARI Jharkhand also has started working on this avocados because we have to collect the good genotypes, particularly Huss and other varieties which are having high potential. IHR is also working on this. Carambola, this is another very important natural oxalic acid containing fruit, and it has very good scope as far as the health food is concerned, particularly. Rambutan is again very important. The Karnataka and then part of Kerala, they are growing commercial rambutan, but we are having only introduced varieties in Indian system. Only this Arka Arun and Arka Pitambar, two varieties has been developed in rambutan, and here is the picture for Arun and Pitambar. Then this is also a very potential crop, particularly for tropical region. It cannot be grown in the temperate area or where there is a deep temperature like these days. So it will die. We have tried at Muzaffarpur, but we couldn't succeed. But in southern part, it is one of the very potential crop and very good crop. Friends, I would like to mention the langan. Langan is we say it's a brother of lychee, called dragon eyes, but in your Thailand and other country, Vietnam, it is running parallel to lychee. And the most important thing with this longan is that it has a brown color. So it is not going to lose its color, as in case of lychee. Once it become brown, you see that market. Although the pulp is very good, but market price collapse because of the browning of the fruit. That thing dragon has. And this longan, and this longan matures in July. So you have a long period for availability and very good pulp, around 65 to 70% pulp. Only the size is less. We have developed one variety, Gandaki Uday, which has 17 gram of size at Muzaffarpur we developed, and the planting material is also available. So this is another. Pulsan is another very important fruit of the Sapendaceae family, and it can also be grown. Then different nutritive value I have just mentioned in the slide. Lokat, I think in this Saharanpur and this part of the country, lokat has been is a very important fruit and very good yield. But very sorry matter of affairs that we could not get good market for lokat. Even when in the peak season, good flower could even Punjab also. But I think these needs to be popularized. Fig is very important exotic fruits grown in Maharashtra and other parts. Dried fig has a very good potential. Persimmon is another very important fruits of the temperate climate, and at high altitude it can be grown. Then mangosteen, Garcinia, then elephant apple, particularly in Bengal, Orissa. This is another tree tomato in northeastern part. Durian. Durian is one of the very important fruits, and it is said that it is very good fruits. People are fond of eating the durians. But friends, there are certain constants also. Like I said, lack of standard varieties, suitable varieties for different regions and propagation technique. When I was working with lychee, we found only the varieties which has been introduced. We do not have a broader genetic base where our scientists can develop the varieties up there. Though we have created the gene pool through segregating populations, but still, because of it's a tree crop and it requires a long period for developing any varieties, and so unavailability of quality and healthy planting material. Only we have to be dependent on the places from where it has been, and then we have to be very cautious while bringing through private nurseries. Many plants are coming, but quarantine and other issues are very important, because we are inviting a lot of pests and diseases, particularly when we are introducing the planting material in bulk through private nurseries. But in Kashmir, in even Himachal, we have seen that a lot of planting material of the temperate fruits, apple, apricot, and other things has been introduced from abroad. I think those people must have taken care of the plant health. Technology and crop husbandry. Actually, crop husbandry in a systematic way, these fruits do not have a separate institutes. So there must be some, as Deepa was telling, the central university like BBU or any other institute, like we have started working on IRI. We are not Horticulture Science Institute, we are Crop Science Institute. But in different institutions, I think there must be some specific crop where it should be. Our soil and climate supports. Let us see that we have been able to develop something. I think work should be initiated on these crop, and not much that everybody is doing the same work. Some work should be assigned at the national level so that we can, because these are part of this. Technological support in value addition, particularly post-harvest management, and some of the crops are not being recognized. Only when Prime Minister says, then people started dragon fruits. It is very unfortunate part of this matter as a whole, because once there is any potential fruit, as far as farmers' point of view, I will not say that each and every crop should be promoted, but yes, have it been the dragon fruits got this much if Prime Minister has not said like this? क्या आपने कभी सोचा, क्या इस तरीके के लिए कीवी के लिए कहा गया होता तो आज कीवी हमारे देश में काफी आगे बढ़ गई होती? क्या हमारे और भी तमाम जो फल हैं उनके लिए कहा गया होता तो हम उसमें आगे होते? लेकिन फॉर्चुनेट, चलो ड्रैगन के लिए कहा तो ड्रैगन फ्रूट्स कम से कम हो सकता है वो ड्रैगन ड्रैगन सब आजकल चलता रहता है ना, वो ड्रैगन में ही कहा कि ड्रैगन को करना है, तो इसलिए अच्छा है जो भी हो जाए, है ना. So friends, we have to develop the strategies for developing the entire range of informations, the propagation techniques and others. So in conclusion, thank you Chairman sir for giving me double bell. Various exotic fruits are being in India, which does not appear exotic. They have acclimatized well under Indian condition. हमको ढूंढना पड़ रहा है कि कौन सा इसमें exotic है, इसकी nativity नहीं है. Geoclimatic conditions of India offers an excellent scope for growing such exotic fruits. Many exotic fruits are giving higher income to the farmers. A wide range of exotic tropical, subtropical, semi-arid, even arid fruits has vast potentials of cultivation, particularly in the marginal lands too. Hence, these needs to be promoted at large scale in suitable regions wherein Bihar kind of state, or Uttarakhand kind of state, or West Bengal and other, I think most dominated state with cereals and pulses, they can also be exploited if the money is there. So I have not mentioned the strawberry. You see a lot of money. So there are many fruits are there which are exotic in nature. So thank you very much. With this, I will end my presentation, and I will thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak on this.
Thank you, Dr. Vishwana, for making the exotic fruit in KPIs.
Thank you.
And now we invite Dr. Patel for recent innovation in mechanization for the feeding of horticulture. It's not there. It's okay. Then we will request Dr. S.S. Sidhu Saab, but I will request him go to the court. Leave the field aside because sometimes many fruits don't have value with the field. Come to the court.
फाइल प्रोग्रेसिव
सर किस नाम से?
प्रोग्रेसिव हॉर्टिकल्चर वापस जाओ
सर वापस पूरा जाना है, एक मिनट. एक मिनट सर.
ये फर्स्ट Thank you, Chairman sir and co-chairman, my dear colleagues, senior, junior. I'm alumni of Pantnagar, and my ID was 11788. You can very well understand कि मैं कहाँ पे stand करता हूँ. But I will not take much of your time. Just I will share my own experience of 8 years of School of Horticulture, since I was heading that School of Horticulture for the last 8 years. For the benefit of the house and particularly the younger generation, what we have done yesterday, Dr. Dwivedi has said that science into technology. So Dr. Dwivedi का एक छोटा सा SMS मुझे यहाँ खींच लाया. I'm thankful to him. So just I will go through the a brief detail of some of the technology and some of the product. आज हम इन लोगों को भी याद कर लें जो यहीं के अलुमनाई थे और इनको भी श्रद्धांजलि दें, बड़े बुजुर्गों को. यदि जिंदा होते तो आज हमारे बीच में होते, है ना. That's a great man. And next is again the stalwart साइकिल मैन के नाम से जाने जाते थे हरियाणा एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में. PhD मैंने वहीं से की, उनका बड़ा नाम रहा, सभी लोग जानते हैं. आई विल नॉट गो इनटू द डिटेल. तो आज हम दो लोगों को भी याद कर रहे हैं, तो आप लोगों के माध्यम से मैं इनको श्रद्धांजलि देना चाहता हूँ. Status of horticulture already been spoken too much. That surpassed the cereals and all other crops in doubling the farmer income and the major engine. And during the last one decade, Dr. Rajan, that I will brief about our salient achievement of the entire School of Horticulture. So IRI is working in the school mode right now, and we have developed some 150 variety. And the major contributor at IRI is in the ISHRD and the technical provider and service provider. The school is being operated at 4 major divisions: floriculture, vegetable, fruits, and post-harvest, and the one center, CPCT, Indo-Israel project, popularly known as, and 2 of our colleagues, Dr. MC Singh and Dr. Avni Kumar Singh, is with me. And then there are 4 regional stations working on the horticulture. Just for the information of the younger generation, just I'm sharing this. And the staff strength is 72 scientists. And with the staff strength of 72, during the one decade, that 150 approximate variety have been developed, and some of those variety I will just highlight here. Around 65 variety has been already released by Delhi State Variety Release Committee, and this 8 to 10 variety have been released by the CVRC. I will not go into the detail. Just I will show you the some of the picture, and the slides is self-explanatory. That some of the particular outstanding varieties, Pusa Sonine onion, and this muskmelon, and the Hara Bangan and White Bangan. So these are the some of the variety released by the CVRC, Central Variety Release Committee. This Pusa Vaibhav and Pusa Krishna. These are the some of the Hara Bangan and Safed Bangan. This is one of the outstanding achievement recently. Is resistant to tomato leaf curl virus. And this is one of a very suitable variety for processing type. It's a processing type, and this Punjab Ratta is very well known processing type variety released from PA in Ghana. But this particular variety of Pusa tomato leaf curl virus hybrid 6 will surpass this Pusa Ratta, and I hope that it has contained a good demand as well as the DSS is 4.5. And IRI is extensively working in the anthocyanin and biofortification in vegetable. Creep onion is again a major challenging issue, and we have a very good material, and these are the some of the line likely to be released very soon for creep onion. And creep onion is again can beat the demand during the creep season. Then cherry tomato, again a major dent has been made by IRI at the CPCT, and cherry selection 1 and selection 2 is these are the very promising our indeterminate type of cherry tomato. These are the some of the line. Pusa hybrid 5, bitter gold. Again this Parthenocarpic cucumber. Again many of the hybrids being procured from the private company have been replaced by our own variety. These are the some of the picture at the farmer field, and these are the some of the success story. These are again that muskmelon, sarda melon, and suneri, this Pusa suneri. Again, it has been grown, and these are the some of the success story right from the arid horticulture, right from the dry desert to the cold desert. One of our scientists is with us from DRDO Leh. He is also witnessed that this is being performed very well at DRDO Leh. These are the some of the cabbage, particularly the coal group, and these are the variety released from our regional station, Katrayan. And Katrayan station is extensively working on temperate vegetable, the Pusa Snow Hybrid 2 and the Capsicum 1. After the California Wonder, this they have also released one of the very good hybrid recently. And all these seed are being produced exclusively at the Katran station, particularly of the temperate. Our CPCT Center for Protective Cultivation Technology, and again a state-of-art facility at IRI, that extensive work is going on, particularly on the protective cultivation, and this hydroponic work is in the advanced stage. And this IoT technology again that being used in the hydroponics. Then exotic vegetable also being grown, and recently this Pusa Pokchai one has been released during this last two years. Now let's move on the fruit crops. Fruit crops again a major dent has been made, and there is a contribution right from Dr. S.K. Singh, now who is the Director IHR Bangalore, and the entire team. They have done a very good job. These are the some of the variety of Pusa Pratibha, Shrestha, Pitambar, Lalima, and the many, even the acid lime and the sweet oranges, as well as the grapes as well. And recently two variety have been released just now in the January itself, this Pusa Arusi and Pusa Pratiksha in this guava. It has a very less seed and it's very tasty and very delicious. And this Pusa Preet has also been added in the series of the many of the Pusa Nanna and many other variety of papaya. These are the some of a good Pusa Lalima red colored one, this mango, and this Pusa lemon one, again the seedless, particularly the round the ear production. Pomelo and this Pusa purple seedless grapes, again morning that we were talking with the team of the NRC grapes this morning, this colored one, and it is good for making wine. This is the Pusa lemon one. It is seedless and it's a Baramasi kind of thing. Summer, it can be grown in the summer, it can be grown in the winter as well. CRS 7-1, again a good rootstock. This year only it was released. As far as the nursery is concerned, that due to the limited resources, limited manpower, we are very restricted to the limited number of the production of the quality planting material. But we have licensed this technology with many of the private company, particularly the Myco and the Gen Irrigation. And we have given the sign bud and they are propagating the elite material. This Pusa code is again one of our very prominent lateral bearer, this variety, and it was the walnut. It was released, and this work was carried out at our regional station, Simla. And these are the some of the technology of this walnut and other thing has been licensed with the many of the private company, and they are propagating that kind of a material. And the Simla station also had been identified the woolly aphid resistance line in the Meles baccata. Now we move on to the floriculture and landscaping, where I was heading the department for the last 8 years. Some of the salient, I hope that the chairman sir like the most this particular subject rather than the fruit, because always he is talking of floriculture, cup flowers, ho raha hai, Sindhu kab ho raha. So sir, just I would like to draw your attention to some of the flowers variety. So large number of variety have been released, 25 approximate, but some of them are being presented over here. Then we are the leader in the case of this gladiola. More than 150 variety are there in the IRI. These are the some Pusa Sinduri. This color itself will speak. This Pusa Subham, Pusa Kiran, again the white one. This Pusa Manmohak, Vidusi, Red Valentine. It was released by 2-3 years before. Then Pusa Shanti, again white color. White color is a very limited variety are available in the white color, and it is resistant to fusarium. Fusarium is a major problem in the gladulous bulb, and it is a mid-season variety, and it's a good multiplier. It multiplies if you plant one bulb, then you will get 3 to 4. So this is the overview of the field. Pusa Rajat, this year only, in January only, notification has been issued from Delhi government. So this was released. Pusa Lily 1 is the first time of the hybrid was developed. Otherwise, we are importing this lilium material every year from the Holland. And this was the variety released at Katran station. I am also one of the part of that program. And rose, actually, that we are taking the legacy of the Dr. B.P. Pal forward, and we are extensively working on roses. IR is known for roses. So in the series of the large number of the roses, we have added few varieties, but more of the fragrant one in the recent few years. So one is the outstanding variety, Pusa Mehak. Mehak itself indicates it's a fragrant variety. And it's a HT type, one of the outstanding fragrant varieties there. Pusa Alpna, again, one of the fragrant variety, 44% this phenyl ethyl alcohol is available in this Pusa Alpna. And the beauty of this particular variety is that you can multiply it with cuttings. You can take out few cuttings and you can multiply large number. And it gives the flower round the year. So it is good for decoration for the garden as well as the for loose flower production. These are the some of the 7 varieties released during this only, this 17th of January that we got a notification from Delhi State Variety Release Committee, and the Gladulus chrysanthemum, just one by one I will just show you. This is the one, Pusa Lakshmi, recently released, and it is ST type. Then another is Pusa Lakshmi, again a wonderful variety. It's a very dark red color, suitable for garden display. Then Pusa Bhargava, again best of the best variety in the ST group this time. We got it recommended. This chrysanthemum, Pusa Guldasta, it doesn't need any staking. It's grow straight. You take it away and wash the root, tag it with the some thread, and just way you offer the bouquet to the chief guest. So this is the characteristics of this particular variety. Pusa Svet, it is good for decoration kind of things, and it's completely white in color. And this Pusa Sinduri, again the golden color. Then Pusa Lohit recently released. It is resistant to this salt tolerant variety. It is we have always working on this major cut flower, and particularly this off-season cultivation. Myself and Dr. NC Singh, we were working together at an Indo-Israel project, and that it is possible to grow the cut flowers round the year, chrysanthemum, just with the manipulation of the photosynthesis activity as well as the use of some growth regulator. So this kind of flowering you can get in the month when the temperature is 45-degree temperature in Delhi. IR is also known for marigold, and in this series of 4-5 good varieties, 4-5 good number of varieties have been recently added. One is this Pusa Bahar, one of the excellent varieties, gives a very good feedback at the farmer field. Pusa Deep, again a very short duration variety. It takes only hardly 90 days, and the flowering coincide with the this Dasara and Diwali. And this is again the French type, Pusa Utsa, Pusa Pearl, again in the French group. This also again good and a very short duration variety. These variety coincide with the Dasara and Diwali. We are extensively going for the seed production activity at our Karnal station, business station Karnal, and we are distributing to the farmer and the KVKs and many more state agriculture university. Bougainvillea is also again international center is being recognized. IRA is working as this center since long back. Recently again designated during this 16, and this again this Pusa Kamsa has been released during this year during January only. The entire leaves are golden. It's if it is doesn't flower, even though the leaf are being attractive, and it gives a very good impact. So the grafting and dwarfing, again a major technology. We are working on those two aspects because it gives a value to the plants. Then LA hybrids, again the lilium. Yesterday also that one of the speaker has presented about this, that we are working extensively on this lilium cultivation. This is high value flower, and Dr. Lakshmi Kant is very well aware. Maybe with the Bhimtal people, 1 or 2 grower are there, and they are putting a lot of good efforts and earning a very good money for the last many years. So this this technology has been standardized, and we are also growing during the winter season at Delhi also. But it's again success story. One of Mr. GP Singh in Dehradun also is he was trained by our division, and he is extensively growing this major cut flower, particularly the lilium at Dehradun. So this is kind of the technology we are standardizing, packaging, and forwarding of the planting material. And this value addition again, this herbal gulal and kind of things, dyes and all are being making, are taken care of by the department. Landscaping, again, this division is working extensively with the particular the pre-audit kind of things and the pollution tolerant plants, and we are extensively working on air pollution tolerant status. So how, what are the different species, those who are having a better air pollution tolerance index. So air quality is deteriorating day by day. So we are working extensively on those, and particularly the shifting of the trees, again, major challenge. And the people are expecting more and more from IRI, and particularly those that particularly in the Department of Horticulture and Floriculture. Turf again that we are doing, and say again major carbon sequester. This turf and 17 kind of different turfs are being maintained here, and even IRI students are also being contributing either this way or that way. And recently I have put my all entire team of the horticulture at Rashtrapati Bhavan. So they are as a guide, and house, this garden is open for 2 months till 31st of March. So you are welcome to visit anytime. At every nook and corner that our horticulture student will be standing over there, and they will guide you and they will take you away in the through the garden. They are the all my PhD student, MSc student from horticulture, floriculture, and vegetable and post harvest. These are some of the challenges I put forward before the younger generation, particularly to work on the transgenic biochemical approaches and the quality planting material already spoken too much, and the linkage between the public-private partnership. So some of the challenges are there. So thank you very much, sir. And this is
technologies produced by IRI, not right, but thank you for such a nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
We have Dr. Pradeep, but it will be injustice if we won't allow him to produce. We have to project these, but be short because most of us know about your potential. So, Pradeep ji, kindly summarize it.
Okay, sir. Good morning, everyone. Respected chairman and co-chairs, reporter, and all the distinguished delegates. Although my presentation was it was an oral presentation, but the coordinator Dividi sir said that you include some more information so that students get benefited. What we are actually working at our station. The topic was innovative solution for managing marginal soil water environment for the success of protected cultivation in the hot arid region. Looking at the background, Rajasthan itself produces only 30% of the total requirement. 70% comes from other states. Because of that high price, we pay almost 2 to 3 times, and that is the poor quality because it reaches to the consumers second or third day, and also less nutrition because of the loss of freshness and other things. So what could be the strategy? Strategy is to produce more from the less, so that we could provide some sufficient quantity. That's why protected cultivation is an important sector emerging in particularly in the difficult environment, whether it is a hot desert or cold desert. So now it is in. I am concentrating to the hot desert, and this provides protection to the crops from the external factors and also create favorable environment. That is why plants are growing well under those conditions. It is started in India somewhere in 1990s when it comes to the down on plain, and there is and the current situation is in 2020. There are so many reports saying this much area, that much area, but the authentic report came this year only, and it was based on so many things kept into the mind. And today the area is 14,366. People are talking 1 lakh and so, but that 1 lakh includes low tunnel row covers. It is only permanent structure, that is greenhouse. Greenhouse are the permanent structure, whether these are plastic house, glass house, or shade net house or net houses. If you see the trend, somewhere in 2012 to 16, when every year greenhouse development structures construction is given here, and it down in these last 2-3 years, as compared to the previous year, there are several reasons. As per the industry's experts, they say that only 5,000 hectares are actively working out of 13,600. There are several reasons. And the basic issues, challenges, particularly in arid region, which is entirely different than the other parts of the country, and the water quality is very poor. We have water very less, and again the water quality what we have is not of that but quality, and because of less groundwater research and very frequent drought, and soil quality is also not very good, less than 2%, 0.2%. Organic carbon content, low fertility, low water holding capacity, and secondary salinization because of the irrigation. And environment is also very harsh, from sub-zero to 48, 50 degrees Celsius temperature, very high wind velocity. Because of high wind velocity and high temperature, there is a lot of evapotranspiration. So it is very difficult to grow crops outside. And because of high evapotranspiration, a lot of water goes waste and nutrient use efficiency get down. And this is one experiment we conducted recently where we used we found an alternative source of plastic mulch, because we cannot, although we know plastic mulch has very good advantages in the crop, but particularly during high temperature condition, 8 months are always 40 degrees Celsius, 30 plus degrees Celsius. In those conditions, plastic mulches cannot be used. So we found alternative, that is inorganic material, reflective mulch, that also increases the light at the ground level so that we can have a good produce. And this is called the reflective mulch. And this reflective mulch is providing to yield as well as in terms of water use efficiency equivalent to the plastic mulch. And particularly it is beneficial during summer months. However, during based on the irrigation requirement and soil moisture profiling, we found this mulch is working well. It is said that when per unit water, if we have some in terms of money, we have calculated 685 rupees per cubic meter, because water is very precious, particularly in arid western arid Rajasthan, and we could found reflective mulch 770 rupees per cubic meter water, means per 1,000 liter of water we could get 770 rupees, as compared to the wheat, rice, maize and other crops which is having only 70 rupees to 80 rupees. This is providing too much as far as water economics is concerned. So this is the picture just 3-4 days back. During winter, it has a better microclimatic, means the hydrothermal properties as compared to the control, but it is not to that extent providing by the plastic mulch. But during summer season, it has very beneficial effect. So second problem is under protected cultivation due to successive cropping. So build-up of soil-borne diseases, whether it is nematode or fungi like a fusarium, verticillium, microphenia, and some other species. And we found good solution. And commonly soil solarization and sterilization is done, and there was no solution to, so farmers started they growing cucumber in bags, and then in this kind of system, cocoa pit test, where a lot of economics was involved. Around 3 lakh rupees for this kind of system they need to put. But we found a solution where grafting onto a particular rootstock we identified, which could only 60,000 rupees is required to invest and get minimum 2 lakh rupees. Where nothing is possible, this can provide you to the optimum level of yield. So this had changed the scenario, particularly in Western Rajasthan. And then this study shows this is in support of that, because sterilization is very important when you run greenhouses. How to avoid the sterilization? A lot of chemical for sterilizing the things. And this study shows that it is from USA. They have found the massive grafting on tomato grafting on massive fancifort. There is no need of sterilization because it is having host specific resistance. The root system is completely resistant, so providing complete resistance to the sand, cultivars and performing well under the conditions. Under low temperature, also in Rajasthan we have a temperature during winter it goes minus sometimes, but in our condition it is 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. So under those conditions, greenhouse temperature is always below the optimum level. The cucumber requires minimum temperature of 16 degrees, but the temperature is always below 10 degrees Celsius. Under those conditions, we did grafting on Uti region. There is one Cucurbita piscifolia that is locally grown on the hills of Uti. So this is very cheaply available fruit gourd, that is winter gourd, and we utilized those seeds and compared, and we found 15 days advance and more than 30% increase in fruit yield. So, and we are also working on high stress tolerance in case of cucumber and tomato, and we found very encouraging result. Behind, you see this in the back, these are the non-grafted normal plants, but these are the grafted plants. So grafted plants they perform better because they have very wide extensive root system extracting water and nutrients, so that they are supporting their transpirational requirement and also the nutrient requirement. And same in case of tomato. And we also tested this during summer peaks at farmers' field because there is this is not coming proper. This is the grafted one, non-grafted one. And farmer research said that we found 50% higher yield from the grafted plant. And similar is the case with the when we supplied 40% less water. This is what deficit irrigation with the 1 row, and the grafted plant they produce successful and grew well. Whereas in case of non-grafted, they didn't. This is the study for the students. It comes from the IHR Bangalore. Up to 6 days, because of grafting, the plant could survive in case of flash flood. Sometimes during rainy season, there is a flood for some days. So in that case, this grafting does very well. So we also developed a double leader system training system, and in combination with the grafting, because two stems, when you have two identical stems and they are growing like this, and you have a double. Not exactly the double yield, but 40 to 60% yield increase was there. There is a two transpiration pool forcing to the root system and taking of water and nutrients, so the plants are growing well. And when we want to increase the root efficiency, we did grafting, and further the uptake and nutrient uptake and assimilation and translocation goes up, and we could produce 30 to 35 kg per square meter. That is a very high yield and comparable to the European country. And this is how this was one good thing, because we don't have much water, so we are very much concerned about the collecting water also. So we have every greenhouses are connected with the water harvesting pond, and we are collecting all the water, rainwater, and those water we are utilizing. Normally farmers they have this kind of structure, and in control we have this. But what we are doing, we have standardized one technique where we are using two thermocol, one of 8 mm dia and another 4 mm. So this complete cover and only less than 2% surface area is open. In this, where we could reduce the evaporative losses to 70%, up to 70%, so that we can conserve water and for longer period supply of longer period. And we could, because our water EC at our farm is 1.6, and we don't recommend to build greenhouse beyond 1 EC. Means farmers should not be recommended to go into this venture if the water quality is not of that level. Beyond 1 EC is not recommended. But we are going successfully at 1.6 EC because we are able to reduce the water EC to below 1 with the in conjunction with the water harvested from the rooftop. And one farmer he has no well because his water EC of that area is 12 and 14 decibel. He just done one 10 lakh liter capacity pond and he installed 1,000 square meter greenhouse, and he could successfully grow because of this intervention. And another one is very interesting thing. Normally we think we should plant only transplanted seedling, means seedlings transplanting. But when temperature is beyond 32 degrees Celsius, we don't recommend to go for seedling transplantation. We go for the direct seedling. This gives a very strong plant base, and that too with this. We have developed one. I think it's one. We make a 2 by 2 inch pocket. Then we fill coco peat that is already inoculated with the fungal and bacterial like trichoderma and pseudomonas, and then we sow the seeds and and also mycorrhiza. It develops since the beginning. It has the root system has already inoculum and multiplies, so that plant seedlings healthy plants grows up. And this is what urban horticulture is required, and also we are working on it. This is just 2 by 2 feet tower garden where 4 square meter is supporting 42 plants. That is equivalent to, if we are going on the circle, 40 square feet area is required. And water saving is 95% to 98%. I'm not saying 90%, 98 up to 98%, because only 30 liters water we are filling, and it lasts for 15 to 18 days, and lot of water saving could be achieved because we are concerned about the water saving. We are also aerovated. We have on our requirement. We got designed from a company, Green Tangent at Jaipur, and we are comparing because Dutch bucket system and aerovated system and the coco pit system. We are comparing this. This is the Pusa Sarda melon. We just this season this is under our field in the greenhouse, and this is under low cost protected structure that we have designed and developed a complete model. We have developed that has already been sent to the Rajasthan government, and these are the Pusa variety, Pusa cherry tomato 2, that's golden and red. And what the yield we got, even Dr. P.K. Singh, he said I never saw this kind of fruiting, and that too in Rajasthan, in desert, and in naturally an insect double 2-layer insect proof net house. So these are some other shades. So we are training to up to 30 feet, and we have harvested up to 40 kg per square meter. And this is what we want to achieve. This comes from Netherlands. They have complete recirculation system. They are utilizing everything. This is a circular economy system, their project, and they are working on under Horizon 2020. And they produce 300 liters to 4 liters per kg of produce. And we have achieved up to 25 liters. I hope in some day we also will have that level of water saving. Thank you very much.
We had an interesting talk by Dr. Anand Patel on the mechanization in the field of horticulture.
After fertilization. Dr. Patel 2023. ऊपर 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 ये
सर इधर
हाँ हाँ ये अब इसमें ऊपर
सर, इससे आगे पीछे होगा,
है
इससे आगे पीछे होगा।
इससे आगे पीछे बहुत बस पहले ऊपर
So kindly concentrate on the main features. Don't give introduction.
Honorable Chairman, Co-Chairman, Rapporteur, and distinguished delegates present in this house. I am confining only regarding the importance of machineries in general, and in the context of this conference, in particular regarding the importance of mechanization, particularly in the field of horticulture. This esteemed university, G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, and the College of Technology under which our esteemed department, Pharmacy and Power Engineering, we got one research project from Department of Science and Technology to develop a machine, particularly in the context of orchards, horticultural field. Because in general, in the field of agriculture, lot of work that has been carried out to improvise or to enhance the productivity per unit area of land, either improved seeds, fertilizer, insecticide, pesticides, and whatever may be the practices by which we can improvise the production per unit area of land. But I can say no emphasis or little importance was given on the mechanization of our agriculture in general and horticulture in particular. What about to the productivity? If we compare ourselves in the context of this country, right from independence to till this 2023, our productivity in any crop, in any season, that has been increased manifold. But when we are going to compare in the context of European countries or United States of America, where we are, although we have developed the improved seeds, fertilizer, insecticide, pesticide, and whatever may be the practices, but why our production per unit area of land is not at even till today with compared to either United States of America or European countries. The only lacuna that we are facing, that is the mechanization. कहते हैं शक्ति से भक्ति होती है. हमारे यहाँ जो पावर अवेलेबिलिटी है per unit area या per unit hectare, that is too low. Only I am totally that's how I will take only, if you permit me only 2 or 3 minutes, I can complete in that stipulated period. No problem. I am only giving the emphasis, importance of mechanization and directly our machine only. And whatever may be the detail, if anybody required, I am available in this university. Our phone number, site, email, that is given already on the site. So what about to this productivity per unit area of land in the context of our country, importance of mechanization that is not given in our country. On this today, only Madhya Pradesh that has the separate Directorate of Agricultural Engineering. And in our state, fortunately, I also belong MP. In our state, what about to the scenario of the production? We are comparing or even moving ahead from whatever may be the maximum food growing area in the context of cereals, Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, Uttarakhand. But let us see the figure of our MP state. The region is availability of the mechanization, government of MP has started about 20 to 25 years ago. Now the results of that 2 decades earlier, they are coming in front of us. The power availability in either in European country or United States of America, that is about 5 kilowatt per hectare. In the context of our country, that is about 2.5 to 3 kilowatt per hectare. And what about in the context of this state, Uttarakhand or Eastern state, or maybe Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, the power availability is less than 1 kilowatt per hectare. That I have quoted, Shakti se Bhakti. जब power ही available नहीं है, तो production लाख आप improved seed, fertilizer, insecticide, pesticide, जो चाहे practices कर लीजिए. If we are lagging with the timeliness of the operation, our production will be drastically reduced. And that is the main cause. Now, fortunately, government of India is giving the emphasis on this area. And we have developed a machine for different type of waters, whatever may be the water, either mango, guava, lychee, apple. About this machine, basically I am going to describe over here, that is offset rotavator. And this offset rotavator, it is equipped with the sensor. And we have provided not this our GPS or maybe operated by chips, etc. Because we very much familiarized about the availability of the signals. So we use this here sensor, that is the mechanical sensor. And the beauty of this machine, it is offset rotavator. You can visualize from the picture that this our attachment of the machine with the 3-point linkages of the tractor. It is not in the center. It is at the one corner. And the rotary speed that is given from the PTO of the tractor. This sensor, you can visualize just simply this hanger. It is actuated by this mechanical sensor. And this machine is working just like Black Hat commandos. Our machine, which will run between the trees, it will do the operation, and machine is moving in forward direction between the row. Whenever the obstacles, and the obstacles will be the stem of the tree, either apple, guava, mango, or whatever it may be, this machine will move automatically outside. Since tractor is moving in forward direction, machine is doing their interculture job between the trees. And whenever this hanger will touch the stem, machine will automatically move away from the tree. And again, then obstacle is over, machine will enter between the tree and do the job. Because we very much giving the emphasis and hardcore reality, the availability of the manpower during the peak agricultural seasons, that is not available at that time. And this project, basically, it is operated and completed successfully, and this machine is ready for marketing in the field. And in coming due course of time, this machine will be readily available in our Indian markets. I would like to run only 1-minute video over here. Video, folder.
सर क्या करना आगे
ये PPT have close the PPT. Only 1-minute video so that
Sir,
we will be familiarized. हाँ,
ये वाला?
video folder खोलो उसी को आराम से. 2, 3. डॉक्टर आर्यन पटेल. हाँ, ये इसमें ऊपर दिख रहा है पियर्स वाला नाशपाती. हाँ, click. Let us see the working operation of this machine, and it is operated in our Horticulture Research Center of this university. And this project was started in the year of 2010, and we have completed in the year of 2019. And when we have submitted this initial proposal in front of ex-director of IIT Roorkee and the chairman of ISRO, Dr. Veda Chalam, they were interested to submit only those proposals, the machine which are not available in either in our country or in abroad, and which is going to cope our need in coming due course of time. Accordingly, we have submitted this proposal. Proposal was approved, and finally, we have developed this machine. Our networking partner, they were Punjab Agricultural University and CMERI Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, Durga. Any question or query?
Thank you also for nice
Yes, yes, sir.
Well, now we can start the oral session with a very short time with all the presenters who will take only 2 minutes. 2 minutes for presenting the results. They should not introduce it, they should not discuss much, and they should go directly to the results. And conclusion. Thank you. So first of all, we will invite Dr. Bhavana Anand, who will be speaking on the effect of growth hormones on calycine and morphogenesis in this. And if she's not there, then we can have Ajay Kumar Sharma. Dr. Ajay Kumar Sharma. Who's the session meeting? Dr. A.K. Singh. So please directly go to the result. Don't go for introduction or anything.
Show it, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think.
So next is Indu Arora. Please be ready. Working on, she will be presenting on vegetable grafting. She is not there. And next one is
सब इधर उधर गए ना दी
Dr. Nikhil Bhatia.
Honorable Chairman, Co-Chairman, and all delegates. My topic is Mepicot chloride to improve the yield and quality of mango. It's conducted at HRC.
Directly come to the result.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
make introduction.
Yes,
Where it
sir.
was conducted, what was that?
Okay, sir. And objective of this experiment to study the efficacy of Mepicot chloride on yield and quality of mango. And cultivar is Langda at the distance of 10 into 10 meter. And this experiment was conducted in two years, 2019-20 and 2020-21. And findings of this experiment was on yield and quality attributes. Mepicot chloride 5% AS at the rate 12.50 ml per tree spread at 1 month before initiation of inflorescence. Get a better result to the yield attributes and quality attributes. You see number of fruits per tree, fruit weight and yield kg per tree, and yield ton per hectare. And here concluded the spray of Mepicot chloride 5% AS at the rate 12.50 ml per tree 1 month before initiation of inflorescence may be recommended to increase the yield and quality of mango. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So we can have Dr. Ajay Kumar kindly concentrate on the results. So next one is the communication is completed. Now into Aurora. Whether we have
Please.
then we can go.
सर आपने लगा दिया
हाँ 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 देखिए सब
Dr. Nikhil Bhatia is there.
देखिए सब
आई नहीं सर की पेंसिल
this here no
अच्छा पहले से ही है
Respected dais and dear friends, I am presenting about evaluation of biostimulants on growth, yield, and quality of Thompson seedless grapevines. So this is about area and other things. So as per advice, I am going fast. Thank you. So these are different factors which affect the quality of the grapes. So actually biostimulants are different type products developed by seaweed and other and found to suitable for the improving the quality and yield of the different food crops. And the objective was to determine the suitable dosage of RCF biostimulants. Actually, these are products of RCF. Two biostimulants were there for yield and quality of the grapes. So these are treatment details. Product RCF biostimulant grade 1 and grade 2. Methodology, foliar spray as well as bunch dipping. And spraying on canopy. First spray 3 to 4 leaf stage. Second spray pre-bloom stage. And third spray after berry set. And the rate was 0.5%, 1%, and over 0.5%. And same time dipping was there. And the first dipping was 3 to 4 mm berry size, and second dipping was the 6 to 7 mm diameter of berry. So these are treatments or the different combinations, and the same treatments were applied for both grades. So there is clear difference on the bunch weight, bunch length, berry length, berry diameter, berry firmness, and fruit yield per vine. Actually, by application of both biostimulants, there was improvement in all these things except berry firmness. There was by chance berry firmness was decreased, but very contrast result when we are going for the comparing with the shelf life of the grapes. So these are physiological loss on weight. When 5% weight loss is there, so shelf life is over. So there are 2 to 3 days shelf life was increased when we stored the grapes at 10 degrees Celsius and 50 to 60% humidity. But there are by application of both grades, there are improved shelf life was improved while berry firmness was decreased. So these are contrast result. So conclusion: there is improvement in the in growth, yield, and berry quality of the bunch quality of the grapes. Both grades showed similar impact, but grade 2 was found superior than the grade 1. Berry time diameters like TSS, acidity, pH were not significantly affected. There was no significant differences. Shelf life was improved up to 3 days over control. Treatment 7 was found superior over other treatments. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor, for completing less than the required time. Thank you very much. So I invite Dr. Patel for his talk on the strategies to improve water efficiency. I presume that his talk will be quite lengthy, but I will request him to make it short.
Sir, which one?
Then Niveda Murthy, she there. Then PK Panda.
Good afternoon, everybody.
JPC.
We are all aware about the drought risk and the water stress situation worldwide, and that's why the global map very well defines the same thing. And if you look at the status over here, some few years back, if you look at that, what the newspapers had, and you can see the different projections from them, and subsequently some of the statements made by just like Dr. Rajiv Kumar, that is the largest groundwater user, consumes roughly around 251 billion cubic meter. And that is also one of the reasons that the groundwater levels have declined by 60% between 2007 and 2017. And not only that, in fact, if you look at the all India rainfall figure currently in the last 30 or 40 years, it has now reduced to 868.8 mm. That is the normal, as compared to the previous normal of 880.6. So you can always see that the water level, the water availability as such is getting reduced, and most of the groundwater is basically being used for the agriculture purpose. And to top it all, the fourth important point is the frequency of the extreme climate events. And these extreme climate events are leading to high intense rainfall in less number of rainy days. And that's how one of the leading persons had said that we should make the running water walk, because we need to have sufficient moisture available in the soil. Let's come to the grape, where exactly the grapes are grown. Morning we had talked about the arid, but 90% of the grape cultivation is in semi-arid ecoregion. That is mostly it's in the Maharashtra and not Karnataka. And the area itself, if you look at it, the precipitation only meets 40% of the annual potential evapotranspiration demand. And it's arstic soil moisture means it is a dry soil moisture regime, drought prone area. Many of the districts over there experiences drought once in 3 years. So everybody knows that water scarcity can't be fixed without fixing agriculture in India. And one of the examples, what we have worked out basically with the grapes export in totality. If you see with the 80% export from Nasik, instead of 7.85 to 8 lakh liters, the farmers are using far more than that. The reason being, since it is a commercial crop, naturally the farmers, they don't want to take its chances and they tend to use more water, which has got also an environmental impact also. So for every additional 1 lakh liter of water used on a per acre basis, roughly 210 crore liter of water is wasted if it is not proper. And if we turn to use it, then we can expect another 21,000 acre area to be in cultivation either for grape or some other fruit crop. And everybody knows over here that whenever there is a problem, it is always the farmer with a lesser income who suffers the most. So what NRC has done is we have already devised the irrigation schedule afterward and coming into picture. And compared to the farmer's practice, the schedule what we have developed saves roughly around 53% of the irrigation water. Different varieties require different quantum of irrigation water. And definitely as compared to Thompson, if you take Fantasy seedless, it requires 20% less irrigation water. And this particular variety, if we combine with another technology that is subsurface irrigation technology, which I'll be showing later, it will be producing roughly around 1.7 tons less yield as compared to Thompson, but utilizing 100 mm less of irrigation water in a season. Compared to wine grapes, of course, wine grapes is not a very priority area now because 99% our production is basically for table and resin purpose. As we all know, and what I have told earlier, droughts have become frequent in many of the growers. In fact, it is in the grapes and all, like Sangli and some of those areas in Sholapur, Bijapur and all, they tend to buy water tankers to irrigate their vineyards. So, but the important part is, when is the actual requirement of the water tankers? So for that, the extent of losses a farmer suffers will define his response to the situation. So Institute has worked on the extent of impact of moisture stress at different crop growth stages. And based on that, the information passed on to farmers. So where at all, if you have to go for purchase of tankers or of the water and all, you can always concentrate on those crop growth stages. The same thing we have also checked in the farmers field also during 2014, 15 and all. We went to Nasik and there actually we have seen that what are our results, whether they are similar to what we get in the farmers field. We are seeing two different values, 50%, 32%. 32% was in black soil, similar to what we have in NRC grapes. 50% was actually in the light soil, and everybody agrees that actually the light soil, the impact has bound to be more. So we worked on solutions. What solution we have to minimize the impact of moisture stress? And we had worked on 3 strategies. One was the subsurface irrigation, second is the mulch and anti-transparent, and the third is partial root zone drying. When we talk about subsurface irrigation and anti-stress mulches, this work was actually carried out during 2003-04 when Maharashtra and Karnataka was facing the acute drought situations. Around 35,000 acres of area were actually uprooted in Tasgaon area of Sangli district. And that's where that time the buried laterals were not available. We had gone with the PVC pipes. We had just taken 1 feet of PVC pipe, inserted in the ground, had made holes all around. And with the microtube, we have just released the water at around 9 inches depth in the case of heavy soil, around 10 to 15 centimeter or around 6 inches in case of light soil. The objective was basically to deliver water directly in the root zone. So it's not only water, even the nutrients also be supplied through the drip. And we can very well see that with 25% of less irrigation water compared to surface drip irrigated schedule, we could get a similar cost benefit ratio as that. The same thing we could achieve in the case of mulch and anti-transparent also. And here also, even the cost benefit ratio was a bit lesser than the surface drip, but nevertheless, it was the crop was profitable. As I said earlier, when we use the in drought-prone areas, if you use fantasy seedless as a variety and combine it with subsurface irrigation, with 100 mm of less irrigation, the yield realization will be only 1.7 tons lesser than the surface drip irrigation schedule. So this is a prospect. This is a very good way of going forward in drought-prone areas. We also tried to work out the molecular basis of this mechanism, and still the work is in progress. We have developed a decision support system for the farmers, and this we have already converted into application programming interface, and it's already been commercialized. Currently, there are 3,000 farmers who are already using this app. The solution what we have also demonstrated in the farmers field, and we can very well see Jat is a drought-prone area in Sangli, where definitely the farmers buy the tankers and all for irrigation purpose, and you can see the extent of water saving as compared to the farmers' practice. So 47% saving is there with subsurface irrigation. At the same time, the farmer is able to get 3 ton extra yield as compared to the recommended irrigation level through surface drip as well as to the farmer's practice. In Valva, we just recommended irrigation schedule. That area has abundant water, but still we went to show the farmers that how much is the water losses you are actually doing. And you can see with 29% water they can save. So this saving in the water can be utilized for some other activities also. Same thing we had worked out with partial root zone drawing technique. And against the farmer's practice, we can see that 31% saving is there with the surface drip recommended. And partial root zone, we are actually saving 19%. The objective of partial root zone is that we all know that at one given time, we tend to irrigate at one side of the trunk. So what we do is at the other side we make it dry. So there are actually two laterals which are running through a single row, and one side we irrigate, the other side we keep it dry. Objective is that the place where it is dry, it tends to send a signal saying that we have a stress issue, whereas the side where it is wet, it says that we have sufficient water. So really, actually, what it does is impacts the vigor. It just controls the vigor over there, and accordingly, the saved water, water is being saved over there. So last slide, what we needs to be done? We need to manipulate now. Work should be done on manipulating crop load based upon the available irrigation water. Need to intensify efforts on breeding, especially for the rootstocks, because they have come and stayed in this one around 100% of the, around 99% of the vineyards. Basically, they are on the rootstocks. And third, we need to develop a strategy to minimize the impact of suboptimal irrigation on grapevine productivity. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
First time, but we are thankful to as you have completed within time. So I think this was the last presentation. We had another presentation. I think that is to the next section. And I'm thankful to my co-chairman and the audience, and I request for the comments if co-chairman.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. And I know there is a shortage of time. We are already late, but I think it is a very vibrant and very knowledgeable presentations were made by all the speakers, including Dr. P.S. Rose, Dr. Abdul Rahman, about hydroponics, vertical farming, then Dr. Deepa Devi on wetlands, and another area for increasing the income, I think, for farmers. Then Dr. Ruby Yadav, he has shown that technologies for reducing the environmental effect and how to increase the pattern of release of sulfur. Dr. Vishal Nath, the presentation was really very good, and all exotic fruits he has done, and That was very informative. Dr. Sidhu has given a very good presentation, and we, as Dr. Chairman sir has already said, that most of these presentations require more time, and a lot of information was there. But good thing is that we, within a short span of time, we could get benefited from this one. Then Dr. Pradeep, that was very good presentation about that arid horticulture and how to increase the economic returns in those areas. Dr. Pataria's presentation about the agricultural allocation and offset automation is good. Regarding the oral presentations, all were very crisp and very targeted, and I congratulate all the presenters for enlightening us in different areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful to the organizers for giving us this opportunity, for sharing our ideas in this session. Thank you.
Now we request to Chairman sir to give the mementos to the invited speakers. Dr. P.L. Saroj, Dr. Ankur Agrawal, Dr. Lakshmi Khan, Dr. Deepa H. Trivedi, Dr. Murli Yadav, Dr. Vishal Nath,